Hello everyone, I'm Vaishnavi from class 8E. As you all know that we have started the chapter The Revolt of 1857 and we have completed one video with the political causes. So in this video we are going to understand two causes, which is economic causes and the social religious causes. The first is economic causes. So the problem was the colonial agrarian policies, like in the chapter 3rd we have discussed. So, in the colonial agrarian policies, many settlements, or you can say systems, had been stepped up in this policy. That were Ijardari settlement, permanent settlement, Mehlwari settlement, and Rayatwari settlement. Well, the most important of them was the Rayatwari settlements, as the word Rayatwari means Rayot, which is farmers found themselves in clutches, means found themselves in problems with the money lenders. Their efforts to free themselves were not supported by the police or government officials because the police and government officials were from the British side only. The second problem was the self efficiency of village economy that was lost due to the commercialization of agriculture, which means that there were grown cash crops instead of food crops. The peasants were subjected to inhuman oppression and forced to sell their crops at nominal prices. Both the peasants and zamindars were dissatisfied with these policies and the commercialization of agriculture. With the revenue policy of the British, they were against the high taxes and the harsh methods of revenue collection. As we discussed in the previous video, the tax was also a more important political cause, which the example was farmers. And in same way here, economic cause also has is the tax. The large scale inflow of Britisher manufactured goods. As you all know, that Britishers came to India for gaining their profit. People preferred machine made goods, which were available in large quantities and were cheap also, which means that the Indian artisans and craftsmen were ruined. And as they worked with the handmade clothings, the work they did, what they had done for their money, all all drained into wealth. So these were the economic causes. Now let us discuss the socio-religious causes. Socio means social and religious means religious. And in the social religious causes, we have the social reforms and Indian responses of reforms. Well, one of them was the abolition of sati and, and legalization of widow marriage. An extension of the Western education to women were viewed with the great suspicion by the conservative sections. What is conservative sections? Well, it is the people who believe in traditional values and adverse to change. Means they don't change in their lifestyle. Well, as you might know that in the village area, many people think that if the girls study, they will do nothing in their future, as they have to go to their in their in-laws house and they have to do nothing then. Well, that is the bad mentality of those villages, and that is why they are known as the conservative sections. So this was the first problem, that the sati pratha is abolished, but the people in these village areas had not accepted this. Second was the racial discrimination or racism or threat to religion. These are the two points that social discrimination was faced by Indians. Many Britishers also had an attitude to racial discriminate the Indians on the basis of color, their gender, Hindu, Muslim, and other religions also. So they had a threat to religion. Educated Indians were denied promotions and opportunities for appointment to high positions. And that is also a threat to racism. People felt threatened by activities of Christian missionaries who were supported by the government. Land belonging to temples and mosques were taxed. Means if people go to worship the Lord in the temples or the mosques, they were taxed with money. So Britishers never left the opportunity to gain tax from people in any areas. So they also gain tax in the land, in the temples, in the mosques, and in the agriculture sectors too. So the main problem was the social religious cause. The fourth point is the considering some as untouchables. So this is the point that when the military people or some of the military men go out of their own land area, for example, there is a village one and there is a second village two, and if the sepoy from the village one goes to village two, he was considered as achut, the untouchable, means he has lost his own land and went to another land. So these villages were considered as the countries, that a man is traveling from India to other countries, and what like they were traveling by water. So that is why it is considered as untouchables, means Britishers took some sepoys or military men to other countries for their war fighting, but their society considered them as untouchable. So this was the fourth problem. In this video we have learned this much only. Let us recap what we have learned. In the first cause, we have learned economic causes, colonial agrarian policies, commercialization of agriculture. And next, we have learned the social religious causes. First is sati pratha, racial discrimination, threat to religion, and considering some military people as untouchables. Thank you everyone for listening me so patiently. And if you like my video, please do like and subscribe my channel.